The movie opens in a quiet, isolated facility just outside New York City, a hospice where terminally ill patients are given both physical and emotional care during the final days of their lives.
Why don't you go ahead?
Among the patients is a woman named Samira. Aware that her days are numbered, she has brought along the one companion she holds most dear, her cat. The two share a deep, comforting bond. For days, no one at the hospice has stepped outside. Seeking a change of pace, the caretaker suggests a day trip into Manhattan to attend a live puppet show. Samira agrees, but only on one condition: there must be pizza. She has a deep love for it, and the caretaker promises to make it happen.
Let Katie know if you need help.
The next day, Samira, her cat, and a small group from the hospice travel into the heart of Manhattan. On their way, they notice something odd: fighter jets streaking across the sky above the city. It's an unusual sight, and while it raises concern, they try to ignore it and proceed to the show. But the puppet show fails to capture Samira's interest. Bored and restless, she steps out with her cat and wanders into a nearby store.
A cat in here. It's a service cat.
The caretaker follows her, visibly uneasy. He tells her something feels wrong in the city and insists they need to leave immediately. Though Samira was only there for the pizza, the caretaker is no longer entertaining any distractions.
Don't tell me calm down.
He urges her to get on the bus right away. Reluctantly, Samira boards the bus with her cat. As they begin to leave the city, strange glowing objects begin falling from the sky like meteors. One crashes directly into their bus, causing chaos and confusion. Samira stumbles out with her cat as dust clouds rise and panic spreads. Then, she sees something horrifying: a monstrous creature dragging a man away right before her eyes. The falling objects weren't meteors at all, they were alien pods. Earth has been invaded. These alien creatures are blind, but they hunt with an incredible sense of hearing, attacking anything that makes a sound. New York descends into chaos. Screams echo through the streets. People run, hide, and fall. Samira watches helplessly as people around her are slaughtered. She runs for her life. Just as she scrambles through the streets, a nearby car explodes, and the blast knocks her unconscious. When she finally wakes up, she finds herself back in the very theater they had visited earlier. She wakes up inside the same theater where the puppet show had taken place earlier. But now, it's been turned into a temporary hiding spot. Dozens of frightened people are silently huddled together, trying to stay hidden from the creatures. The atmosphere is tense, and no one dares to make a sound. Just as Samira is about to say something out loud, a man named Henry, someone she had briefly met during the earlier show, rises up and quickly covers her mouth. Through gestures, he warns her to stay quiet. The alien creatures hunt solely by sound, and the slightest noise could give away their location and lead to everyone's death. Outside, military helicopters fly overhead, making announcements through loudspeakers, urging citizens to stay where they are and remain silent until help arrives. But suddenly, one of the helicopters is attacked mid-air by the creatures. Panic surges again. Amid this chaos, Samira's cat slips from her lap and bolts toward the exit. Alarmed, Samira rushes after her. The others look on in terror, knowing that even the smallest sound could attract the monsters. Before the cat can get too far, Samira manages to catch it at the door, but not before it lets out a small, startled sound. That's enough. A creature waiting just outside slams through the door and storms into the theater. It zeroes in on Samira and prepares to strike. But at that very moment, the sound of another helicopter overhead distracts it, and the creature turns its attention to the noise and chases after it. The people in the theater are spared. Barely. Outside, the government has already taken drastic measures. All the bridges leading out of the city have been destroyed. The alien invasion is contained within New York, and the authorities want to keep it that way. They know the creatures cannot see and avoid water, so isolating the city is the only viable solution. But many survivors are still trapped inside, including Samira, her cat, and the caretaker. Later, as Samira and the caretaker quietly discuss what to do next, the theater's generator suddenly kicks on with a loud mechanical hum. The sound is deafening in the silence. Without hesitation, the caretaker sprints toward the machine to shut it down. He manages to kill the noise, but it's too late. A creature hears it and ambushes him. He's killed right in front of Samira's eyes. Devastated but understanding the urgency, Samira realizes that no place is truly safe anymore. She grabs her cat and flees the building. Along the way, she finds a small store. Quietly, she collects a few supplies. Then discovers a fountain nearby and decides to take shelter underneath it. There, she finds two young children already hiding. The constant sound of the flowing water keeps the creatures away. Samira, showing her humanity despite everything, shares her food with the kids. Just then, a new announcement echoes through the air, this time from a helicopter. It instructs survivors to move toward the southern part of the city. The announcement from the helicopter continues: evacuation boats have been arranged on the southern docks of the city. Any remaining survivors are instructed to move quietly in that direction. To assist the evacuation, military helicopters deliberately fly in another direction, drawing the creatures away with their loud engine sounds. The diversion works. As the creatures follow the helicopters, large groups of survivors seize the opportunity and begin moving toward the south. Samira leads the two children she met at the fountain toward the docks, hoping they can make it in time. They finally arrive, only to be met with another grim reality. The number of people waiting to escape far outnumbers the boats available. Chaos begins to unfold as frightened citizens push toward the limited vessels. Realizing the boats can't accommodate everyone, Samira makes a choice. She helps the two children onto one of the boats and stays behind. She knows others need a chance more than she does. But as panic spreads and the sound levels rise, the creatures are drawn back. They attack mercilessly, causing people to scatter in every direction. In the commotion, Samira is separated from her cat.
Please!
Desperate, she follows the trail, trying to find her companion. That's when she comes across another survivor, a man named Eric. Samira, still careful to remain silent, uses hand gestures to instruct him to head south, where the boats are waiting. But Eric doesn't leave. He follows her instead, clearly shaken and disoriented. The shock of what has happened to the city has left him unable to think clearly or act on his own. Together, they make their way to an old apartment building, Samira's former home. She's lost her keys and can't risk making noise by breaking in. Just then, thunder cracks loudly in the sky. Taking advantage of the sound, Eric breaks the lock on the door, and they slip inside undetected. Once safely inside, the two share a quiet conversation. Eric reveals he's a law student. He had come to the city to study and now wants nothing more than to get back to his family. Samira tells him she was once a poet. She used to write with passion and love, but after being diagnosed with a terminal illness, she stopped. Samira then urges Eric to leave. She tells him again about the rescue boats waiting in the south and insists he should go while he still has a chance. But Eric is confused. If she knows there's a way out, why won't she go too? Samira simply replies, "Because I still want pizza." Behind her light response lies a truth she doesn't speak. She knows she's not going to live much longer, no matter what. She's accepted it. Her longing for one last slice of pizza is more symbolic than literal, a simple desire in a world turned upside down.
Bad moments, and it has been so all my life.
The next morning, as the city remains eerily quiet, Samira rises early while Eric is still asleep. Early one morning, while Eric is still asleep, Samira quietly slips out of their apartment. She makes her way to a nearby library filled with rows of books, a rare quiet refuge amid the chaos. Picking up a book, she begins to read, seeking a moment of calm. Suddenly, she senses something behind her. Her cat is staring intently, and Samira fears an alien might be nearby. She turns quickly, only to see Eric standing there. Frustrated by his unexpected appearance, she accidentally knocks several books to the floor. The noise echoes through the library. They both know this will attract the creatures. Without wasting time, they flee the library to escape the inevitable threat. Outside, the aliens close in, drawn by the sounds. In a desperate attempt to divert them, Eric smashes the windows of nearby cars, setting off their alarms. The loud sirens confuse the aliens, preventing them from tracking Eric and Samira directly. Seizing the opportunity, Eric leads Samira to a nearby subway station. But even here, the danger persists. A creature waits on the tracks. To evade it, they venture deeper into the tunnels and eventually reach an old church. As they take refuge, Samira's condition worsens. She hasn't taken her medication in over a day. Eric realizes what she needs and risks his safety by venturing out to a medical store to retrieve her medicine. After taking the medication, Samira begins to feel better. Slowly, a friendship blossoms between the two survivors. In a quiet moment, Samira opens up about her past. She tells Eric she used to be a poet, writing poems that once gave her purpose. But when she learned about her terminal illness, everything changed. She lost her motivation to write and live fully. She also shares a memory: there was a pizza shop in the city where her father used to take her when she was a child. It was a place of warmth and joy. Samira came to the city hoping to have one last pizza there and relive those precious moments with her father, who has since passed away. The next day, Eric takes Samira to the pizza shop's location, but they are met with despair. The shop has been destroyed by fire. Samira is crushed. Eric reassures her and decides to investigate inside the ruins, hoping to find anything salvageable. To their surprise, he finds a single pizza. He brings it to Samira, who is overwhelmed with happiness as she takes a bite. To lighten the mood, Eric entertains her with a magic card trick. They share a rare moment of joy, sipping on a bottle of wine and laughing quietly. For the first time in what feels like an eternity, Samira feels alive, like she has truly lived in these few hours. Realizing her time is limited, Samira makes a heartfelt decision. She wants Eric to take care of her beloved cat after she's gone. Later, the two climb to the rooftop of the building where they take in the view. In the flooded streets below, they spot a lone boat still floating, offering a glimmer of hope amid the devastation. Below, a small boat waits patiently amidst the flooded streets. Samira turns to Eric and tells him it's time for him to leave. They make their way to the riverbank, but the area is still crawling with aliens. Samira hands Eric her yellow jacket and places her beloved cat in his arms. She urges him to head toward the boat. With that, she slips away, weaving through parked cars. Then, deliberately, she begins making noise, shouting, and creating a commotion to draw the creature's attention. The aliens, hearing the disturbance, immediately give chase. At the same time, Eric dashes toward the boat, clutching the cat tightly. The people aboard see him running through the water and realize there's still someone left in the city. But the aliens pick up the sound of his footsteps and pursue him relentlessly. Just as they nearly catch up, Eric leaps into the water with the cat. Swimming as fast as he can, he reaches the boat and is pulled aboard by the crew. Safe for the moment, he looks down and finds a note tucked inside the pocket of the jacket Samira gave him. The note reads, "Take care of the cat. I lived my last moments the way I always wanted to, and it's all thanks to you." Meanwhile, Samira watches from a distance, seeing Eric and her cat safely aboard the boat. A wave of relief washes over her. Cut to Samira walking alone down the empty streets of Manhattan. She wears earphones and listens to music, one of the last souls remaining in a city about to be destroyed. Moments later, the military detonates explosives, preparing to wipe out the entire area. In a final act of defiance or acceptance, Samira removes one earphone, allowing the music to spill out into the silence. The aliens hear the sound and surround her. She knows her days are numbered, alien or no alien. Did the creatures kill her? Or did she find a way to survive? Let us know what you think in the comments.